Hello everyone, Drudge here, and welcome back to RuneScape for our almost final skill guide for basic introductions. Now, if you want to, for this one, it is summoning. Now, all you have to do for summoning is head east to get started. As you're following this road east, you will find this skill is very combat oriented. Not only with the familiars themselves, but in order to get the stuff that you need in order to um, make these familiars. Alright, this is your basic summoning area. Now, as you can see, I can trade it with him. He has stuff for me. Or I can trade with the main guy, which he has the same stuff. So it doesn't matter which one you really go to. But for this skill, you will need charms, you will need pouches, you need spirit shards, you need the secondary ingredient. So, this is the basic way of breaking it down. This is your primary ingredient, this is your secondary ingredient, that is what holds everything, and this is what binds everything. Now, once you have all these items, you can go to an obelisk, and there's many different types of summonings or summons or familiars you can make. But for this, you can get everything to make this one for free so many times per day, because the store does restock. However, once you have it, all you gotta do, like I said, is click on the obelisk and on infuse pouch. You will infuse it, and I have now successfully made one spirit wolf. Now, I could do this and infuse again, and it'll actually let me make scrolls. Scrolls are a summon's special ability. That's all it is. Some special abilities are really awesome, others, and not really useful. For example, like the Bunyip, it's a good familiar in general because it heals you every so often. I believe it's every 30 seconds. It'll actually heal you. Now, its scroll, however, is not very useful. It enables you to eat raw food, which, yeah, it might sound like it could be beneficial, but lately Jagex has updated a lot of the raw food drops into note form, so you can't do that because it's noted. But once you have your familiar, and if you want to make scrolls, you can. It's just you're going to need one scroll, or one pouch of whatever familiar it is, to make 10 scrolls. So keep that in mind. But as you can see here, I clicked it. Now it is summoned. I can actually interact with it. If I want to, I can go down to here. You can have your different options. And you can go into your follower details. Now your follower details, I'll drag this over here so you can see it better. You can expand it out, and you can see I have 0 scrolls, which is what this is for. This will order your familiar to attack a target. Now, some familiars are beasts of burdens, and you can actually have them carry stuff for you. In that case, you can select that, and you can take the items from it. You can renew a familiar by having, one thing is you would need another pouch of the same familiar. And it will restore the time or add to the time of what you have left. You can call it, which brings it to you. You can dismiss it, and that's about it. As you can see right here, though, this is its special bar. So if you use the scrolls, this slowly depletes, but it also replenishes in time. And if you right click on the bar, you can actually set it to auto fire these scrolls. This way, whenever it has so much, it'll use a scroll. Now, I'm not sure of the frequency of how they fire it, but you can set it that it will fire it like that. This way you don't have to worry about you personally having to use the scrolls. Now, the longer you have your familiar out, I like to shrink mine down like this and then put it over here. This way it's out of the main view. Now, the longer you have a familiar out, as you can see, they have hit points, but your summoning level is also the same as kind of like your prayer point level and your hit point level, but more like your prayer. The longer your familiar out, this will actually drain. So be mindful of that this does drain in correspondence with the time frame that it is out. Also, you can see I'm level 9, but I have 8 left. That's because each time you summon a familiar, it takes a certain amount away from your summoning points. And whenever you do that, you actually have to go to an obelisk and you can renew points. Now, there's a lot of obelisks all over the place. As you can see, that's all I need to do to renew my points. Now, the reason why this skill can be a pain is not so much just the fact that you have to be able to get these charms and keep them going to be very sufficient at it, but each one has a different rarity ratio. But the biggest thing is these right here, the spirit shards. As you can see, it takes 25 gold per shard. Doesn't sound like much, but when you're looking at this right here, let me show you something with the calculator. You have, let's say you want to buy all these, 25,000 times 25. It's going to cost you 1.6 mil just to get this. And please understand, 65,000 spirit shards at a higher level is nothing. That is child's play. So this skill can be an extremely expensive skill. Keep that in mind when you go to do this, because if you're looking like, oh wow, I'm going to get through this skill very quick, you buy everything, except the charms, of course, you will be out of money before you know it. So please keep that in mind. Now, there is another item I want to show you for the summoning skill. They really need to update this thing's animations. The summoning is getting to be a little bit of an older skill, and it does need some love too, which Jagex has been making steps into reworking and readjusting certain things within skills, which I give them a lot of credit for. Now, there's also these things called spirit gems. You can see there's your spirit sapphire, emerald, ruby. It goes all the way up to, I believe, onyx. But if you examine it, as you can see, this gem can be worn to give it a 30% chance to save using a charm when creating familiars. So, oh, see, it actually gives you warning down here in chat too of how soon it will be until your familiar disappears. Also, you have an icon here that'll show it too. But these will actually help out tremendously as you're using your charms and building them up. And the order for rarity, I believe, is gold, green, since it disappeared to close down my bank. But it goes gold, green, crimson, blue. There is special charms like the Abyssal Charm, the Elder Charms, but they can come at a later date. And if you would like to see a more complex guide into the summoning skill, please let me know and I will be glad to do one for you guys. But until then, I hope this basic guide helps you a little bit about getting into the skill. Do keep in mind, in order to get the charms, the biggest way is, and primary way, is combat. Eventually you can get to an area within the hunter, and if you would like to see this area, let me know and I'll show you a little bit into it. But primarily you're going to get all your charms through combat. So I hope this video was able to help you. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, later guys.